Right, this is your weekly world's first XUR PSA. He's located in the tower hangar this week, and he actually has some pretty crazy legendary armor that you're going to want to grab. Let's go through his entire inventory first, though. First up, we have the exotic auto rifle Cerberus +1. Now, it is an auto rifle, but it technically functions a little more like a shotgun. Can be pretty fun to use, but overall, I don't see too many people using this in the current PvP or PvE meta. And then we have a pair of Stompies here, which are obviously extremely popular for hunters. Still the most popular exotic for hunters in PvP. This role is going to have high recovery, high intellect, decent mobility and strength. So actually not too bad of a PvP role, I guess. Personally, I would want a little more discipline, but overall, not the worst role of Stompies ever. So some of you hunters out there might want to log in and snag that. For the Titans this week, we have Armamentarium. This is an exotic that desperately needs an update. It literally just allows you to carry an additional grenade charge, but it doesn't actually spawn you in with an extra grenade charge in PvP and stuff like that. So unfortunately, it's not the best exotic for that reason. This roll right here has 20 resilience, 14 discipline. Not a half bad roll in terms of distribution. The 10 mobility is a little bit of a waste though. 62 is a little on the lower side, so a decent roll of the Armamentarium there. And then we have the exotic chess piece Phoenix Protocol. Most Warlocks already know about this one because this one's super standard meta usage for using a well. You can put your well down and get it back by getting kills and getting assists. A super high resilience roll is nice. The intellect is a little bit unnecessary for it, but not too bad overall with 67 stats. So pretty solid Phoenix Protocol. We got a JIAN 7 Arc 390 RPM pulse rifle with Rampage, firmly planted. Not too bad overall if you like the 390 RPMs. This is one of the better rolls of the JIAN 7, but again, I don't see too many people using this bad boy in PvP. Then we have the Peace of Mind, which is a craftable pulse rifle, so keep that in mind. Auto-loading and Harmony is a terrible roll of this, so again, I would highly recommend to just get the frames and craft that. Blood Feud, another craftable weapon. This is an SMG. This roll has got Elemental Capacitor and Triple Tap. Definitely a mid roll of that. Then we have a Timeline's Vertex, which is a really potent fusion rifle. Sometimes we get some crazy rolls in here. This doesn't really look like a crazy roll to me with backup plan lead from gold. It's kind of average overall. And then we have a Sojo, which is actually a slug shotgun. Hey, we got Assault Mag, we got Frenzy. I'm actually going to grab this because I've been looking for a better roll of Sojo, and I have a really terrible roll. Or I have a more PvP-centric roll, so I'm going to actually use that. Whenever it's Solar Surge, I'll use that as my energy slug. So that's actually not too bad of a roll. Tunnel Vision is definitely a hard throw, so I definitely could get a better roll, and we'll look for a better roll. But in the meantime, that's my best roll of a Solar Slug shotgun for PvE. And then we have the Fire and Forget here, which is a linear fusion rifle that you can craft. Once again, this roll is pretty average. You can craft a better roll. Then we have the Temptations Hook, which is a sword that I don't see anyone using. It's got that caster frame, Vorpal, and Tireless Blade. Not it. Definitely a bad roll of that. I'm going through the armor now. We have Titan armor, gauntlets, 20 resilience, 10 mobility. That's a pretty average roll there. And then we have 10 mobility on the chest, too much. The helmet, though, this is picture perfect for PvP. You want resilience, recovery, and discipline, and then you want a little bit of intellect in PvP, so that way you can get your super back. Get your super before the trials match is over, for example, like I'm about to jump into some trials right now. And you don't want any mobility or really don't need any strength, so I'm definitely grabbing that. And that's going to be a helmet that I'm going to rock on my Titan in PvP. And then we have a pair of boots here with 20 recovery, 12 resilience, a pretty average, maybe below average roll on the boots. Now we're going to pull up the window capture here we have. That's going to show us the Warlock armor. The gauntlets for the Warlock have some pretty crazy spikes on the... We have 30 resilience, 11 discipline, 18 strength. The chest piece for the Warlock has 20 recovery, 14 discipline, 15 intellect. The helmet has a pretty crazy spike in resilience, and then we got discipline, intellect, and strength. The boots have crazy recovery and crazy intellect, so probably passing the boots. The other armor pieces weren't too bad, though. Hunters this week, crazy recovery and discipline on the gauntlets, 28 and 18, not too bad. And then moving on to the chest piece, we have 17 mobility, 22 discipline. Decent chest piece for the hunters as well. Helmet, I would pass on that helmet. Way too much strength and recovery. High resilience, intellect, and strength. Just an average roll for the boots. Now let's go look at the HAWKMOON we got this week. We get a moving target roll for the HAWKMOON, so controller players probably enjoyed this a little bit more. That increased the stability. Polymer grip, not too bad. Definitely a solid roll. If you're rocking the controller, you'll really enjoy this roll of the HAWKMOON, and I'd highly recommend grabbing it if you don't already have a roll like that. So that's a wrap on your XUR PSA. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on, smash the like button, and click on the screen here to watch another video from the channel. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Later.